Hi, this is Evil Ed, here with Brent Fitz.
Doesn't seem very evil, but
I can be. We're in Vancouver, Canada, and tell them what you're doing up here.
visiting the homeland.
And?
Oh, well, I'm actually on a little clinic tour, although it's not really a clinic, but it's more of a drum, a bit behind the music history, talk about my career sort of thing, where I'm along McQuaid here in Vancouver, and get to have a little Q&A. I'll play a little bit, show some video, and it's just basically like a career retrospective, I guess.
Very nice. And some of the people that you've played with over the years?
Myself? Oh, other musicians?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see. We're in Canada, so I did a little time with Harlequin, Street Heart, Kenny Shields from Street Heart. Let's see what else. The Guess Who.
Nice.
Theory of a Dead Man, a Vancouver band. Let's see. Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
Conline Crush.
Yeah, Conline Crush. It's a long list. I'm trying to remember. Alice Cooper.
Which Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper. Okay. What else? What else have I done, Ed?
Union, which you have played with both singers from Motley Crue. You drummed for both singers from Motley Crue.
Yeah, that's right. Huh? That's bizarre.
That's kind of crazy.
And Slash.
And Slash,
which is my current gig.
Right.
So.
And
that's a long list.
That is.
Wow, that's tiring.
That's a lot of people you play. A lot of cool people.
Yeah. What can I say?
Let me ask
what you wish for.
Exactly. Let me ask you this: when was it you played with somebody who kind of went, "Wow, I'm here now. I'm at that level"?
Kenny Shields first in Canada. I had a lot of respect for him as a. You know, he was from my part of Canada growing up, so we all looked up to Street Heart and Kenny Shields. And then, you know, that kind of springboarded me actually working with him. Probably working with the guys in Union, Bruce, Kulik, and John Crowley.
How did that come about?
That was just a dare. I ended up going to NAMM, music trade show, which I always run into you, Ed.
We're always there together. The Canadian Mafia. There's other members.
It's like you know, every year I look forward to my go to NAMM and to Ed. It's like it
happens every year.
Every year. So I went in '96, a long time ago, my first time to LA. I just went to that trade show, and it kind of changed my life. And I ran into some really cool people there. I bumped into Bruce Kulik at that trade show, and I mean, there's a whole backstory. It's too long to even bore you with it, but it was the dot that connected me to my first gig in LA, working with those guys.
And from Union, led to?
Yeah, Union kind of was my springboard from, because that was a recording band. That was like a band that I actually, you know, made records with, and we toured in the States. Prior to that, it was all Canadian based. Anything I did in Canada that I, you know, would say, hey, I used to be in this band, something's out from Canada, they'd be like, never heard of it. But, so yeah, there was like, I guess Vince Neil was the next phone call I got. Interesting about the Vince Neil gig is, although I love Tommy Lee, and I love the Motley Crue songs, they're such great drummer songs to play. I think initially the reason I got a phone call to play in that band was because I play piano, which is technically my main instrument.
That's your main instrument.
So I remember getting the phone call, and it was like, well, we know you play piano. And the drum thing was, you know, obviously important, but initially it was like, you play both, so I got a call because I actually play piano.
And then Alice Cooper after that?
Theory of a Dead Man. Theory of a Dead Man, and it's hard for me to like remember.
Yeah.
But they're all great, it's just that now I'm realizing there's
a long list.
This is good, all different bands, all different styles,
right.
Diversified.
And that's the thing too, is playing with these great artists, and then playing all these different drum licks, and try to emulate your own style with the drummers that have played those on those records and live. What was that like?
Firstly, though, I always want to do justice to the original,
right?
Because I always respected, if I'm doing for example, the Slash gig. I always respected those drum parts that were played on Appetite for Destruction by Steven Adler. So I think it's my duty to step into that position and not try to like say, well, I'm going to just play these songs the way I think they should be played. Because actually the way I think they should be played is exactly like the record. You and I and everyone else that loves, you know, those songs, especially, you know, musicians trade out in bands, you're kind of like, as things start to get watered down, it's kind of like, where's the initial creative spark of how those songs were created with the magic of those guys. So of all the gigs I've done, I just try to do my best to recreate what was already there, celebrate that, and then, you know, of course it's going to sound like me, but yeah, I've sort of replaced a lot of situations, or drummer situations where I've come in and had to, you know, my Alice Cooper situation was unique because Eric Singer was in the middle of the tour, and I just swapped out for him while he went to Kiss, and I was still in Theory of a Dead Man, and it was just like drummers changing left and right. So there was a replacement drummer that came in for me in Theory of a Dead Man. I went to Alice Cooper, and Eric went to Kiss.
And you're a big Alice Cooper fan, I know that.
Oh, huge.
So what was that like, just going with one of my idols? Sometimes you have to pinch yourself, kind of go, because, you know, we're like those kids that grow up playing, especially in Canada, because years ago, I mean, it was, those gigs were so far away. It seemed like it.
I know.
And really, it's not.
And me growing, are you born and raised in Vancouver?
Born and raised in Vancouver.
So at least it's a little bigger city where most of the bands that tour will probably hit Vancouver and Toronto. So Winnipeg was like way down the list. So if a band that I liked came to my hometown, it was like, holy smokes, like Wasp is coming, or Van Halen or Iron Maiden, you know, those bands that I grew up on. So I went to every concert I could, but growing up in Winnipeg was like, my heroes were, very far away. They were Metal Edge magazine, Faces, Circus, Cream, you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't get exposed to half that.
Right. And it's,
did I answer the question right?
I think so. I don't think there are wrong answers.